the first thing is always the movement. From the movement, we get the breath. Once you understand your breath, you start feeling into the body, around the body, through the body, all grounded in the heartbeat. Once you understand how to feel, the next thing you come to is your ability to focus. And these are the steps of yoga: movement, breathing, feeling, and focusing. Once you get really good at focusing, you find yourself meditating. And when you enjoy your meditation, you feel the satisfaction from it, we call that change and growth. Sit up nice and tall, squeeze your lower belly, lift up your chin, push away from you, round your shoulders. Bless you. Squeeze the lower belly muscles. Exhale as deep as you can and push through all the muscles that you can. And then when you exhale, keep the shape, but drop the arms down to rest on the knees. Let the effort out of it. Start to see this active or passive pose. Same shape, different intention. Hands go all the way up in the ceiling now. Arms go up, and we reach with all of our effort. Exert ourselves actively. Drop the knees down, squeeze the lower belly, and lift through the chest, round the shoulders. And then take the effort out of it and find the passive version of this, where you can breathe easily, where the hands can relax, the wrists can move, the neck can relax. Same shape. We take the right hand to the right floor and stretch the left side of our body. Reach, squeeze, pull, and push into the hips and the shoulder, and then let go. In these side stretches, you can play around with this tension. You don't let go completely. You don't relax completely. You still kind of push a little bit into the right places. It's almost like getting a massage. You don't want it to be too soft. And you just start to observe how the breath moves in this place. This is a different sensation than when we get in the twist. When you drop your left hand down to the right knee, sit up tall and squeeze the lower belly to get everything out. Big deep breath. Here you do let go of everything. And you just kind of hold yourself in this place. You can pick up the chin and drop it and move it left and right. Use the breath to find the feelings within your chest, the beating of your heart. And then unwind from here. Exhale deep. We go all the way into our twist with the right hand on the left knee. Sit up tall, squeeze the lower belly, and then let go. If through your relaxation you can choose the shoulder muscle to highlight, the right shoulder, you can find subtle little movements in your pose that stretch just the muscles that you want. And you could do the same thing with the hip or the thigh or the belly, the neck. When we unwind from here, it's the left hand that meets the right, and then we inhale up and drop the left hand down to the floor. With your exhale, we go over to the right. Squeeze and lift. Exhale to relax a bit. Let that shoulder drop away from the neck. And we take this right hand down. We sit up tall, both hands behind us. Lock the elbows, lift up the chin, squeeze the belly, push the knees, and then exhale. And see if you can lift up the chin a little bit more and squeeze the hands a little bit heavier. Maybe you can move the neck around to relax. Maybe you can twist left and right in those shoulders. Just kind of find yourself a place where you can feel good about this. And we're going to fold forward all the way like this now. Tuck the chin. Exhale deep. Once you finish the movement, you find your breath. Once you find your breath, you feel your heart. Once you feel your heart, you start focusing. Drop the hands down and inhale all the way back up to your seat. We're going to change our foundation. Spread the feet. Bound angle pose. Relax the neck, shoulders, elbows, hands. Move left and right and forward and back, just like we did in our cross-legged seat. And find the place where you want to be, where you're not forcing those legs to fight you. You're not feeling the resistance, the reaction, but you are actively pushing. There's a fine line there. Once you choose your spot, find your breath. You start to find that inhale as if you are smelling a flower. Because this is a process that rewards participation. It's not just about that you participate, but how you participate. And so using these little techniques like smelling the flower through your inhale makes you just a little bit more conscious, a little bit more aware. Sit up nice and tall, back in the hands. Bring the knees together and we'll wipe them left and right. Exhale down one way and then inhale to the center. Exhale. So it's always the exhale that goes on the drop. Maybe we can move slower. Find the body moving with the mind. Choreographed by the rhythm of the breath. We're going to take one more. And then get onto the knees so that we can sit back in our heels. Knees touch, toes touch, tops of the feet. Exhale. Inhale, lift the hands all the way up. Squeeze and reach actively, and then with an exhale, stay in this shape, but just let the arms drop down, the neck relax, the breath calm. Everything softens down into your attention. You find the worst of it, the worst sensation. And focus on it while you find the rhythm in your breath. And start to feel into your chest. You start to focus on the thing that you prefer. When you can saturate yourself in that focus, we call it concentration. Bring the hips up. We're going to push the hips forward with those hands on the hips, playing around with camel pose. Push the hips forward, and I want you to highlight this movement from the thighs to the hips to the belly. Obliques, hip flexors, and quadriceps. Sit up tall and pull your shoulders back and find that you can move them up and back, and then drop them back and down. Hands just point to where they are. You find smooth breath, because if you can't find smooth breath through the nose, then your movement is too extreme. With smooth breath, the hands start to reach. Maybe the back of the thighs. Maybe the fingers walk towards the back of the knees. Focus on that chain from thighs to hips to belly. Lift the chest up bigger, and maybe the hands go towards the calves. With smooth breath, you can relax your neck like this. You're not forcing your body to do anything. Maybe those fingers can just walk back to the heels. And if they get there, great. Maybe the palms can go back on the heels. You start to see exactly where you are in relationship to this pose. Always with the calm breath. Pushing through the hips, squeezing with the glutes, and then one hand at a time, you come to your lower back. One hand on the belly. You're nice and straight. And the hips go left and right. Offload the breath. Forward and back. Hands come down through tabletop. And we'll tuck the toes underneath us. Lift the knees up and down. We're rocking into the toes. And then walking the hands back in the direction of the toes. Go left and right, get those little toes. Find your feet coming up taller and higher. Squeeze with the calves. One hand at a time can come off the floor. You focus on your breath. You enjoy the moment that you just stare at one spot on the wall. Breathe into it. And then maybe you like to challenge yourself with taking your eyes to another point of focus. This is a little bit more realistic, having to actually avert your gaze while you're trying to balance. Knees are coming down with or without the hands. We're in tabletop. Tap the tops of the toes. Release that pressure. Back of the knees are going to straighten out. One at a time. Get your breath moving. From here, we're going to find our plank pose. Heels push. Hands squeeze. And you're going to squeeze the fingertips, all 10 of them. Move your chest forward and back a bit. You just kind of feel that transition in weight. You're almost moving from down dog into plank. Those hips come up, the heels just stay back, and you kind of find this rocking motion, this rhythm. Inhale forward, exhale back, and just keep yourself moving a little bit. You can be as active or as passive as you choose. And then land yourself in the forward position with an inhale. Tuck the chin so you can look back at your toes. Squeeze your thighs, lock your knees, push your heels. And then soften the knees, but keep everything else nice and long. You can play around with how tight you want those knees. Locked, hard, bent. Your lower belly squeezes. Your shoulders are rounding as you push away from the floor. And just like this, we take our chaturanga, negative push-up. Lower down, don't let the chest touch. You can drop your knees and your hips. Tops of the feet, toes are touching, and we lift up with our chin. Hands are off the mat. Relax the neck. Find your breath. Shake out the wrists. Find that you can breathe here. You're comfortable here. Release the stress of it. This is your baby cobra. This is your bottom. From here, the hands support you. Thumbs touch the ribs. Fingers spread out wide. Elbows tuck in tight. And we just inhale, lift through the arms. Exhale, relieve some. Come on down a bit. Let's inhale. Let's take a softer, kinder approach. Gentler. Slower. Remember those shoulders. They can pull back and down, just like we did in camel. Shoulders pull back and down as the chin goes up, and we push into the fingertips. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale and find the rhythm in your breath. Find that flower that you can smell. One last breath. And we'll get relief in tabletop. Hips pull back, squeeze the lower belly, keep your back nice and flat. Exhale. Left and right, forward and back. Relax the lower back. And squeezing the fingertips again, you're going to use those back toes, get up into plank, and then keep yourself moving again. Rhythm. Back towards down dog, forward towards plank. We inhale the plank and we exhale the down dog. And see if you can do this while you're smelling that flower through your nose. How comfortable can you get, not just in the single standing pose, but through the movement between them? One more. And then we'll exhale in the down dog. Stay there. Squeeze the fingertips around the shoulders, tuck the chin, squeeze the lower belly just like plank. Same dynamics, but here you get to bend your knees and move your feet around. As we inhale, we're going to start moving through plank and down dog again. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Forward and back. And on this exhale, when you're in down dog, bring the left knee into your chest and then transition forward into your plank and step that left foot in between the hands. Drop the back knee, top of the back foot, sit up nice and tall. We're in a new foundation. Let's get up to speed. Relax, let go, reset, twist to the left, and feel that right hip. Just like we did in camel, there's the right thigh, hip, and belly. Get that pushing. And then get your upper body centered. Inhale the hands high. Exhale, sink into the foundation that you've made. Take the seriousness out of it. And then find your own form. It could be really intense. It could be really soft. As long as the lower body's holding you. Twist to the left. Right hand's forward. Left hand's back. Eyes on the back hand. Notice how the lower belly is the linchpin. It's going to help you when I ask you to fold forward, putting the right hand inside the foot and left hand up. Exhale to sink into this new foundation. And allow that left shoulder to adjust. Let that left hand, left arm move around until it finds a comfortable place. Exhale, drop the hand down. Reach both hands forward and up, and then sink into your foundation again. Hands are behind the back. Interlace the fingers and lock the elbows. Open your chest. Shoulders are back and down. You've got cobra in the right leg. You've got the camel pose in the right leg. Thigh to hip to belly. All nice and strong. Fold forward just like this. Push into that left thigh. Exhale the eyes down to the toes. Those hands are going to drop down. And we're going to use the back toes to come off the back knee. We're in runner's lunge with or without the hands. Reset that back foot so that when I ask you to sit up tall, big deep breath, you're in high lunge. Exhale deep. And just let that front leg get nice and exhausted. It's okay. Focus on the right hip. It's pushing. You've got this big chain on the right side, pushing forward into that front knee. From here, we twist to the left. Eyes are on the back hand. Lower belly's helping you. As you fold forward, the right hand comes down to the floor. Left hand's up. Inhale and then set. And just allow yourself to feel exhausted. Let that be okay. Left hand drops. Both hands go forward and up. Big deep breath. Exhale, sink into your pose. Hands are behind the back. Open up real big. Exhale, fold forward. Drop the hands down. Step the right foot next to the left. Inhale real big for a half lift. Exhale down to forward fold. Soften the knees. Relax the back of the neck. Let the left leg soften. You find your heartbeat now. Keep up the pace. We're going to soften the knees, stand all the way tall. Big deep breath. Pick up the left knee. You're balancing on the right foot. Relax the shoulders. Relax the breath. And with your soft front knee, you're going to take your left leg back with your hands. Keep the toes as high as you can and then extend it back. Catch your high lunge. Push that left hip forward and lift up. Find that left thigh, hip, and belly. Drop the back knee. Top of the back foot. Lift all the way up. Soften the shoulders. And you just find a place where this can be okay. You're keeping up to speed. You feel competent. You can maintain your balance. Twist to the right, left hand's forward, right hand's back. Big deep breath. The lower belly muscles are our friend. They keep us in alignment. Fold forward, left hand's down, right hand's up. Set your weight into that added piece of the foundation. It should be relieving to be here. Let that right arm be relaxing to you. Drop it down. Inhale, both hands forward and up. Hands go behind the back. Interlace the fingers and pull the shoulders back and down as we drive through that left hip. Soften the belly, lift the chin, and allow this to be okay. No holding the breath. No forcing the muscles. Find a passive shape here. Can you relax the shoulders in this shape? And then play around. Maybe you like the muscle tension, but just know that you have the ability to turn it off. Fold forward. Right thigh is pushing into that front foot. Exhaling. Feel that right hip pull back just a bit. Get a little bit deeper. Drop the hands down. Use your back toes. Come off the back knee. Inhale all the way up and set that back foot wherever it needs to be for your high lunge. Exhale and sink your weight into it. Feel that left hip pushing and lifting. Both hands come high. And that left hip is pushing into the front foot, into the front knee. Twist to the left. You might like turning your toes inwards just a bit to help you stay grounded like this. Release the effort of it. Make this okay. Fold forward. Left hand's down, right hand's up. Find the relief there, putting one of those hands down. Right hand's down. We lift all the way back up. Inhale. Allow that right thigh to be tired. Soften into your pose. Bring the hands back behind you. Interlace the fingers. Lock the elbows. Shoulders are back and down. Big deep breath. Exhale, folds forward. Lift your arms just as big as you can. Sink into that front hip. And then drop the hands down. Inhale and step forward. Half lift. Exhale the forward fold. Let go. Move on. What's next? What feels good right here, right now? We're going to take that feeling and leave all the rest behind. It's our exhaust. It's of no use to us now. We used it up. We're going to take our closed-legged squat down to the floor. So keep those feet right where they are. Lift up the toes. Drop the hips as if you're going to get into chair pose. And then just keep going. Squeeze at your deepest place. Big deep breath. And drop down. Legs are out long. Sit up nice and tall. Pull the toes, squeeze the thighs, drop the heels. Sit up tall, chin to the toes. Pull and squeeze and then drop the chin. Let go. Back of the neck relaxes. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Bring this right foot into the left upper thigh. And then we're going to turn to the right with the upper body. So keeping that left leg right where it's at, we just open up our hips. You see that right hip pulls outwards. We're nice and big. Right knee's to the right, left foot's to the left. Left elbow is down on the thigh or the floor. Right arm's out, up, and over for the side stretch. Use all your effort, all your intelligence. Relax that right shoulder. Maybe turning your palm the other way to help the shoulder round. And then let go of some of it. Hold on to what you like and release what you don't. Take a bigger, deeper breath and push from the inside out. into those right ribs. We're going to twist downwards, right hand's down, sit up nice and tall. We're going to close the hips now. So this right knee pulls closer to the left heel now. You got your chest aligned with your knee, sit up nice and tall, squeeze and fold. From this place, I want you to take your right arm and cross it over the left ankle. Reach as far as you can. Take the left hand back behind you, sit up tall. Squeeze the lower belly to twist, and then continue pushing into your fold. Find the place where you're happy, where you take the good things and release the bad. In this place, you find the rhythm of the breath. Stay involved in the process. Smell the flower of the inhale. Look for the feeling of your heartbeat in the chest. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale deep. Relax the back of the neck. Shoulders soften as we pull those toes in and squeeze the left thigh. Start playing with this heel, lifting up. Find the place where you can hold your leg as if you're squeezing your fist, and then lift that heel up just as big as you feel like you can without reacting in the hands or the jaw or the breath or the shoulders. Let this be okay and put yourself in a place where you can be okay. 5 more breaths like this. Start looking for the things that feel good about this teal. Start to see the things that you actually like about this and focus on those. Last one. Drop that leg down. Shake it out. And we're going to switch legs. So if we take the right leg out, the left foot folds in the upper thigh. And we open up our hips. Left knee pulls outwards. Sit up tall. Push both hips down. Right elbows down. Left arms out, up and over for the side stretch. Inhale to reach and push and fill out all of your space. And then exhale to melt into it. You're just playing with this mechanism of expanding and contracting with the rhythm of your breath. We twist down from here, dropping the left hand and picking the right hand up and over. We're going to close the hips. Left knee pulls inwards towards the right heel. Sit up tall, squeeze everything, fold as deep as you go. Exhale deep. We're taking our twist to the right. Left hand reaches, right hand pulls back. Sit up tall to squeeze. Find the tension you hold in your jaw and let it go. It feels better. And so when you're in these hard times, under lots of stress and lots of tension, we find relief in the subtle places. And even the smallest amount of joy feels great. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale deeply and start playing with that right thigh, right toes. Lift the heels, squeeze everything tight. Inhale to lift it just as high as you want to. It's 10 breaths altogether. There are 8 more. We're not only just bearing this now, but we're actually focusing on the parts of it that we do enjoy, the stillness of it, the strength of it, the overcoming the obstacle of it. It's exhilarating, it's fun. We start to change the way that we view this work. It feels nice to find the rhythm of the breath. Last one. We'll drop it down, shake it out, come back to the knees. So the knees touch and toes touch, and we're back on the heels. Bigger, deeper breath as you twist left and right, up and down. You're going to find some movement in the spine. So as you go through these cat-cow movements in the upper body, we inhale, lift the chin, squeeze the shoulders back and down, push the belly out and round the lower back. Exhale, push away from you, squeeze the lower belly, tuck the chin, and just keep it moving. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. You're really just dramatically breathing, almost like a dance. There's rhythm to it. Now we go inhale up. Take both arms high. And you'll notice that when you get here, you have to actually activate the lower belly muscles and the lower back muscles in order to find harmony. From here, we're going to go to the right. Right hand's down, left arm's up and reaches. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And through the transition, forget about the arm that moves. And find the arm that's still. Push into that side. Now with this next exhale, we're going to go into our cat. Push forward. Inhale all the way up and to the right. Exhale back and to the left and push away. Inhale up and to the right. Now I want you to see how you can kind of just get all these movements to move together. Get the arms involved. Inhale, open to the right, and exhale, down to the left. With your next exhale, I want you to reverse your rotation. Inhale up and to the left. And exhale down and to the right. 2 more times like this. We finish with our exhale. Hands are out in front of us. Lift up the hips. Tops of the toes. Tuck the chin. You're in down dog. Exhale deeply. And move those hips forward and back. Not all the way into plank, but just kind of a little bit. Find your knees bending and let yourself rediscover where you want to be in down dog right now. The place where the breath has rhythm and you can smell the flower in your inhale. Find the relief as you round those shoulders just a little bit more. And as we inhale, we step both feet into the hands. It's a half lift. Exhale to fold forward. Tuck the chin. Place the left hand on the floor or on a block, anywhere that it can go flat. Left hand is heavy, supportive. Left knee bends completely. Right leg is straight as the right arm goes up towards the ceiling, and your eyes follow the right hand. And you'll start to lean left and right a little bit. Coming off that left heel a little bit. We're just kind of moving the hips a little bit left and right, swaying, if you will. I want you to sway into the biggest, most uncomfortable feeling you can. You're going to find that as the left foot gets soft. Push into that right hip. Lift with the right shoulder. Inhale. And release all the stress. Focus on the long line of tension from your right heel to your right hip. And stretch it comfortably with pleasure. We stay right here just like this, except we're going to take our left foot and step it back into a warrior one shape to find our revolved pyramid. Find relief by coming up higher on the hand. Focus on the right hip, the right glutes, the right thigh, the relaxation in the right shoulder, and then the rhythm of the breath. Right hand drops down, and as we inhale, we're going to come all the way up, legs straight, reposition, hands on the hips. Exhale. With that back foot planted, we can twist the hips to the right. The inner thighs wanting to touch, the left hip reaching forward, the left shoulder reaching forward, and just like this, we can fold into our pyramid pose. And once you feel like you're at your depth, you can support yourself with your leg, blocks, floor, maybe you're balancing, anywhere that feels right for you, so that you can Take your eyes to look at the back foot. Relax the back of your neck. We do all this for the feeling that we can get from the right heel to the right hip. Can you isolate it? Allow all of your alignment to just serve the stretch. Soften the front knee over the ankle. And then we're going to lift up into our Warrior One pose. Nothing really changes. That left hip is still pushing. As we inhale all the way up, we'll sink our weight down into the foundation and feel the hips get even heavier and stronger. You can breathe calmly here. The neck is soft. Hands go behind the back. Interlace the fingers, open up the chest big. Drive from the left thigh, left hip, left belly. And fold forward just like this. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to reconnect. Feel the lower belly squeezing to keep you in alignment and lift all the way back up. Big, deep breath. Hands come back. Relax the shoulders. And keeping the front knee over the ankle, we start to play around with how when we bring the hips forward and use those back toes, we can start to lift these back toes. And we either do it a little bit or we do it a lot of bit. It makes no difference. We're stepping forward into our forward fold. Exhale. Let it out. Reset. Move those hips around up and down by bending the knees, pushing left and right a little bit. You'll notice that there is more tension than you hold. We're going to plant our right hand down now. Right knee bends. Left leg is straight, and we're going to twist up and to the left. Inhale, pull that left arm up. Left shoulder lifts. And then we start playing around with that left and right swinging in the hips, softening the right heel by bending the right knee. You know where we're going next, so you understand the importance of the foundation in your left foot and right hand, the strength in the left thigh. We use all of this alignment to assist us, maybe without taking your eyes off of the ceiling, while the right foot goes back into Warrior One shape, and you can find yourself in this revolved pyramid. Tighten everything up and reposition yourself however feels right. Relax the back of the neck. Find rhythm in your breath. Smell the flower. We drop the left hand down and lift all the way back up with our straight leg. Push that right hip. Exhale. And just like this, nice and strong, fold forward, reaching the right hand into your fold and pyramid. Take support wherever it feels right. And release the things that are not helping you. The tension that doesn't feel good. Eyes go to the back foot. Soften the front knee over the ankle. We're lifting up into Warrior One. Make any adjustments to your feet that you feel necessary. Exhale all your weight down into your foundation. Let go of the effort here and just let yourself be in the shape and make it feel better. It'll feel better when you're in alignment. It feels better to do the right thing. Hands behind the back. Inhale real big, squeeze the shoulders back and down. And reconnect to your breath. Fold forward like this. Exhale deep. We inhale all the way back up. Squeeze the lower belly. Relax the hands. And with that front knee bent over the ankle still, we play around with our back toes. Lifting the toes just as much as you please, you're going to step into your forward fold. And let it all out. Reconnect to your breath. Soften up the knees and take your closed-legged squat all the way down to your seat. Take your time. Hold yourself in the deep socket. Get your breath moving there. Allow it to be okay, and then when you can, slowly and gently find your seat. Sit up nice and tall. Stick the legs out. Relax the back of the neck. When we pull those toes in, we can extend our chin out long and then tuck it down when we fold. You make your decisions from here on out. Are you active or are you passive? You're officially cooling down. We've already been to the peak. Now we're walking back the other side. Find the connection to the rhythm in your breath and how it soothes you. When we sit up nice and tall, we'll find our backs by tucking the chin and reaching the hands forward. Squeeze the lower belly. Let the back of your head be the last thing that touches. You're on your back flat, and you can relax your shoulders and plant your feet flat on the floor. So your knees are up. The heels come in tight so that you can touch them with the back of the fingers, and the knees squeeze together. So with the knees touching, you can wipe your legs left and right. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Find the rhythm in your breath. Last breath. We finish back in the center. And you use your toes to help you get those heels in even closer, making sure you can touch them with your fingertips. We're lifting up into bridge, but I want you to find this bridge pose of yours without the active pushing. We're going to hold it passively, and I'll teach you how. Squeeze the feet. Squeeze the thighs. Lift the hips a bit. Tuck the chin down and keep it just where it is so that your back of your neck is nice and long. And push from the feet to the knees and to the shoulders. Squeeze the glutes. Lift up the hips. Relax the back. When you push from your feet to your shoulders in just the right space, you can allow everything to just lock into place, and you can find your breath. And the greatest pressure that you're feeling is in your hamstrings and your shins. And everything else is balanced, pushing against one another. There's no pinching in your back because you're not lifting with your back. And whenever you are interested, you can always squeeze muscles and drive harder from feet to shoulders and squeeze the glutes even bigger and see if you can get stronger. And then maybe you can find your passive feeling here. Just holding the shape without even trying. The hands can even come off the floor, and you can shake out the wrists, the elbows. You can take a big deep breath. And with your exhale, you will slowly drop your hips down to the mat. And extend the legs long, one at a time. Squeeze your thighs, shake out the feet, the knees. Big deep breath to offload all that pressure. And this time, just the left knee comes into the chest. Grab on with your hands. Left and right with that left knee. Push and pull and open and close that hip. Find your rhythm. We're going to find that closed hip stretch here. Get the knee inwards. Squeeze it in a little bit with this muscle tension in the arms. Find something uncomfortable. And then allow yourself to just be there without changing it. Find your breath moving. Find the smell of the flower coming through your nose. And start looking for your heartbeat. Left hand guides your knee out to the left, half frog. Exhale deeply. You make peace with the stress you're under and come back to looking for your heartbeat in your chest, or in your wrists, or in your temples. The knee comes up and across the body to take a twist to the right. Squeeze the lower belly, get everything out. And then allow yourself to let go. Stop trying and just be in this twist. And stay with the general tone of your heart. It's that tone of your heart, the blood pressure, mixed with the rhythm in your breath, that creates the music of your life. And so in every moment, you have this ability to listen to your own music and change it if it's not pleasing to you. If you would, there's a certain sound present in every state of being. Left leg is going flat down to the mat. We'll exhale deeply and shake the hips left and right. Reach in for the right knee. Grab on with the hands. Move it left and right and start to become familiar with the sensation of your closed hip stretch. And push into it slowly. Eventually finding the worst of it that you can bear. And that's where you stay. And that's where you soften the muscles in the arms and the shoulders. And you relax the muscles in your jaw. And you start to teach your body exactly what it feels like to allow stress move through you. Right hand guides your knee out to the right. Big deep breath. Exhale out the tension, the pressure, and find something that's okay for you. Right knee's up and across the body to the left for a twist. Squeeze with all your effort to get into your deepest place and then let yourself be there and enjoy it. Come back to the sweetness of the flower that you smell through your inhale. You'll notice all the places where you are resisting this state of being. You can understand that every state of being has a certain sound, frequency, a vibration, a temperament, an emotional response. Just as you, with your heartbeat and your breath, create your own. And so whenever you find yourself unable to stay present in your environment, whether that be a mental or a physical environment, it is often because the thing that you're engaging with is discordant with the way that you currently feel. The right leg's going all the way down. And we'll exhale deep. Shake out the feet, knees, and hips. Soften the belly. We're going to bring both knees into the chest. Cross the ankles. Squeeze the knees together. You've got this closed hip stretch here. Use some effort, cross the ankles, tuck the chin, as if you're rolling into the fetal position. And then release the force. Find the feeling here, the sound. We're going to move our hands to catch our feet. They grab onto the blades, and you're in happy baby. From our closed hip position, we widen our heels and find the open hip position. Exhale, deepen. Let yourself be somewhere here without suffering it. When you find yourself able to make peace with your environment, it's because you allowed your breath and your heart to regulate to the stress caused by the environment. Your harmony changed. Your frequency changed to match the other. Grab onto the toes with your index fingers, the big toes, index fingers. Stretch your heels out wider and straighten up your legs. See if you can get those knees to lock. With your long legs, stretch the heels out wide. You tuck the chin to the chest here. Find the length in the back of the neck. We're moving into plow pose, so it's essential to get those shoulders and the back of the head set. Bring the heels together, lift them up, squeeze the belly, use momentum to lift your hips. Exhale deep. Feel free to reach for your toes or place your hands behind your back, pushing into the floor, or interlace them behind the back. Put them on your hips. Whatever feels good. You can bend your knees, push with the heels, push with the toes. Find the right thing for you. This is your last breath. And with or without the hands on the hips, you slowly, one vertebrae at a time, drop the hips down. If you move too fast, it will feel shocking in the body. Let the legs out long. At your own pace, find your breath. Work out the issues in your body. If you need to squeeze muscles or lock joints, you get all the ick out of the body for Shavasana. And focus on creating balance between the left and the right sides of your spine. We smell the flower with our inhale. Regain our connection. And start to feel for the heart, the tone of it. You relax all the muscles in the body. And every time you feel another muscle tensing, you just relax it. Maybe taking a bigger exhale while you do so. And you'll find layers and layers of deeper relaxation. In this place, I want you to feel your specific frequency. Hear your own sound. What does it feel like in your hands, in your belly, in your face? Naturally, we come to believe that if we want to change our general feeling, we must think about our problems and find a way to solve them. But this is not the way. We change ourselves regardless of the condition we find ourselves in. So that no matter how much stress you are currently feeling, you understand the process of learning to focus on and concentrate into the path of least resistance, the present moment. Whenever you find yourself drifting away from the path, you'll stop yourself from thinking about how to get back. And you'll remember that the only way back to the path is through the feeling. It's got to feel right. From this place where things feel right, you start moving your fingers and your toes, and your wrists and your ankles. And I want you to start to move the elbows and knees and notice how your body naturally breathes differently to help you regulate the stress that you're creating, the tension that you feel in the muscles. Create tension. Squeeze your hands into fists. Lock and squeeze your knees and your thighs. Big deep breath to reach the arms up and over your head. Stretch from toes to hands. Hold your breath. Hold the tension, and then when you need to, exhale for relief. And find that wave of relief. Your breath keeps you connected to it, as if you're savoring the smell from that flower. We use this same force from the wave of relief. So as you inhale, squeeze the whole body as tight as you can, and then exhale, begin your transition up to your seat. And throughout your transition, exhale out the stress that you have created. You're back in your cross-legged position, moving forward and back, left and right. Relaxing the neck, shoulders, arms, and hands. It's one big breath to reconnect. Exhale to release all the stress you just went through. Now every breath takes you forward. Every breath is as if it is the next right step, the next right thing to do. Every breath reconnects you to the path of least resistance. And without thinking about the problems, the solutions appear to you as pleasing conditions.